unfortunately, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your second morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, with that all being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr.A_Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. All right. Now, let's see who is up in here. Claudette, Pearly. All right. Queen Sam, Timber Dan, Samantha Ford, Black Women Stand Up, Aboriginal Woman, Christy One Love, Miss Evie, Bithia is here. All right. So, alaikum salam to you, Danielle, beloved. Okay. 504 Nola, Cherokee, Descendant Dale, that Crazy Beach Aries. Halle Berry is in the house. All right. Let's get into it. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay. Let's get those likes up. You all know how they do the Queen. Hey, Edward, I see you, beloved. All right. Dorada is in the house. Darnell, Divine Soul. Princess Netra is here. Michael M. Claudette. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it, beloveds. Hey, Khalid. Millie is in the house. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's talk about this teenager who pled guilty to killing this pastor. And then the pastor's husband just went off on him in court. Let me put him on the screen. Him and the victim. Okay, so that's the one who committed the crime right there. And that's the victim. She was a pastor. I wish for you to die. That's what the husband said. I will never forgive you. Husband of slain pastor curses killer in court. So Miguel Andrade, 16 years old, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and carjacking in the killing of Reverend Artura Eason Williams, who was 52 years old. Now, he's been sentenced to 28 years in prison. The husband of the deceased says, I wish for you to die. I will never forgive you. I hope all your family feels the worst pain imaginable when with you being locked up. But it will never measure up to my pain. Okay, that's what the pastor's husband, Darrell Eason Williams, said in court. He says, I have no remorse for you. I wish you for the worst. I wish the worst for you. Okay, now a second teen is in child services after pleading guilty in the case. A third defendant, Eduardo Tobarra, age 22, was charged and is set to appear in court February the 26th. They say Easton Williams was shot in the driveway of her home July the 18th of 2022. Officers responded to a shooting at 1000 Whitehaven Lane at 4:10 p.m. Now, Easton Williams was found in her driveway suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and passed away at the hospital. Her vehicle was not at the location. Video footage captured the assailants and the blue-gray hatchback sedan that they were in. Now, the video also showed that after Easton Williams was shot, one of the suspects drove away in her vehicle. So clearly it was a carjacking. They go on to say police found her car hours later wrecked on a street more than 20 miles away from her house. Police were quickly led to the suspects just before midnight when officers responded to a carjacking in the 1600 block of Hunter's Rest. The victim told police she was in the car when two males approached, pointed a gun at her, and ordered her out before they drove away in her Chevrolet Malibu. At about 1:05 a.m., Shelby County deputies spotted the Malibu and attempted a traffic stop. The vehicle fled and officers pursued. The Malibu wrecked at 1053 Larry Lane and three juveniles were arrested. The juveniles were then transported to homicide investigators for further investigation as they matched the description of the same suspects from Easton Williams' killing. Now, Andrade was charged with first-degree murder, murder in the perpetuation of a robbery, especially aggravated robbery, carjacking, and employment of a firearm during a dangerous felony. An unidentified 16-year-old boy was charged with property theft. A 17-year-old was released without charges. Now, according to an affidavit, the killers followed Easton Williams into her driveway, where they then shot her before pulling her out of the driver's seat, getting in her car, and driving off. Just reckless, no regard for human life. This is absolutely crazy. Now, a local ABC affiliate reported that longtime friend and fellow pastor, Brigida French, was on the phone with her when she was killed, and that she had been laughing before her laughter turned to screams. A scream that I'd never heard before, she says. Then I heard the shots and her screaming stopped. I called my husband and I said, I just experienced the worst thing in my life. A grand jury indicted Andrade and Eduardo Rodriguez Tobarra for 2 counts of first-degree murder and especially aggravated robbery in Easton Williams' death. Now, the DA's office said Andrade would be tried as an adult. Easton Williams' killing shocked the clergy and the community of Tennessee Western Kentucky Conference, for which she was the district superintendent. More than 200 people gathered to remember her. They say the outpouring of tears and love as we remembered Outta was a reminder of what an impact one person can have and the loss that is felt when one among us is taken from us unexpectedly. That's what Bishop Bill McAley said. They say, Outta, we will miss your laugh, your leadership, your love, your faithfulness, and your generous spirit. You modeled for us the words of Micah. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God? Micah 6:8 says, we give thanks to God for the ways you led and loved us well. I'm sorry, the first part of that was the scripture. And then after he says, we give thanks to God for the ways you led and loved us. So this is all so crazy. They murdered this woman over her darn car and then only to wreck it right down the street. This is also ignorant. And like I told you all, who's raising these young thugs? This guy was 15 when he committed this murder. 15 years old. All of them were teenagers, 15, 16, and 17, out here carjacking people. This is the problem. And now someone lost their life. As far as I'm concerned, all of them should have gotten years in prison. Why is one of them not even punished? Just allowed to leave? I don't get that. I don't get that, because if you're at the scene and someone else commits a crime like that where someone loses their life in the commission of a felony, you're supposed to get the same punishment as them. I'm sorry, or the same charges as them. So make that make sense. Mr. Mystical Black Realm said they need capital punishment. Well, the only reason I wouldn't move for them to get capital punishment, beloved, is because they're teenagers and, you know, their frontal lobe hasn't even developed fully yet. So, and sometimes teenagers are just stupid and ignorant and just don't realize the severity of things. So I think the 28-year sentence is fine, but it's just sad that this all turned out this way. It's just really sad that the parents have clearly failed their children when these things happen. Nessie X said, exactly, Queen. Samantha said, I agree. Okay. Miss Evie said, this is all so sad and demonic. It really is. Okay, it really is. Dan said, I agree, Queen. Okay, so Mr. Mystical Black Rum said, I hear you. Okay, so, very sad turn of events. That woman didn't deserve to die that way, and they just took her life in her own driveway. It's really awful. So let's talk about the serial teen swatter, because I find this to be all nefarious as well. Okay, I'm going to put this thug's picture on the screen. Teen serial swatter vowed to commit mass shooting in the name of Satan, targeted mosque, according to FBI offices and the Pentagon police. And so let's talk about it. First of all, he's swatting people. A 17-year-old from California who allegedly made threatening phone calls vowing to shoot up a mosque, kill members of the FBI, and target victims ranging from students on high school and college campuses to the Pentagon, has been arrested after he was extradited to Florida. According to an arrest affidavit obtained on Thursday, prosecutors say Alan Fillion's computer turned up a long list of disturbing searches, including the lengthy entry, execute them, kill them, behead them, roadhouse kick them into the concrete, slam dunk them into the trash can, crucify them, curb stomp them, report them to the IRS, twist their heads off, crush their heads into the trash compactor, liquefy them in a vat of avid, exterminate them in the execution chamber, stomp their skulls with steel-toed boots. Yeah, sounds like a clearly nefarious and depraved individual. He also allegedly looked up how many Jews are in the United States, as well as satanic rituals and criminal mastermind swatting. Now, his arrest was first announced in a statement from the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Police said officers received a call last May from a man who said that he was going inside the Masad al-Hay Mosque in Sanford, Florida, to conduct a mass shooting. They say the caller made references to Satanism and stated that he had a handgun and explosive devices. He then began playing audio of gunfire in the background. In response to the call, approximately 30 law enforcement officers responded to the Masad al-Hajj Mosque. After arriving on the scene and finding no shooter and the mosque staff safe, it was determined to be a swatting incident. Court records reviewed alleged that Fillion made calls far and wide and bragged about being paid for his criminal hoaxes. He made swatting calls in October of 2022 to a police department and a high school in Saget County, Washington. Now, on at least 5 occasions, he threatened to bomb, shoot, or otherwise wreak havoc. Police say Fillion tried to pin the call on another student. He allegedly bragged online about owning body armor and pipe bombs that he would use as grenades, and vowed to take out or murk members of LGBTQ and their enablers. He also posted records of threats made to emergency services in Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Houston, Maryland, and Iowa. This is all so crazy. What is wrong with people? Now, most were high schools, and at least one was a non-governmental organization in Bethesda, Maryland. This is what you call extremism. Now, the FBI said Fillion would encourage people to place orders with him to make the dangerous calls. On Telegram and other social media spaces, police say he often used handles, gamer tags, or screen names invoking the lore of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, making their work piecing the trail back to Fillion easier together. Making their work piecing the trail back to Fillion easier to get. Okay, so that's how they tracked him, from social media posts. This fool's a whole idiot. They clearly got his IP address. Now, he went back in court in Florida on March the 19th. Whether he will be charged in other venues, he will be back in court in Florida on March the 19th. And whether he will be charged in other venues where he swatted victims is open-ended for now. Each jurisdiction can prosecute him if they wish. Filion has been held without bail, and his attorney did not immediately respond to requests for comment on Thursday. He's facing 4 charges in Florida, including false report concerning the planting of a bomb or explosive, unlawful use of a two-way communication device while facilitating or furthering an act of terrorism, false report to law enforcement concerning the commission of a capital felony while facilitating or furthering an act of terrorism, and false reports to law enforcement causing public safety agency response, swatting, while facilitating or furthering an act of terrorism. This is what they have charged this fool with. All sounds nefarious to me. So another thug, as I said previously. And then talking about he's going to take these people out. Mr. Mystical Black Ram said he looks diabolical, those wicked eyes. He clearly is diabolical, beloved. Talking about he's going to take people out in the name of Satan. All crazy. Okay, please get the likes up. Everyone, please get the likes up. Thank you in advance. Now let's talk about Tim Masterson. For those of you who don't know who Tim Masterson is, not Tim Masterson. I don't know why I always want to call him Tim. Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson is the actor who used to play on that 70s show. Well, you know, he's currently in prison. I reported on it when he first went, accused of rape without the G. Danny Masterson moved to maximum security California State Prison that once held Charles Manson. And so they say he's been moved. Now, Masterson was convicted last May by a Los Angeles jury of raping 2 women in the 1990s. After spending time in an LA County lockup and later the North Kern State Prison intake facility, Masterson was recently moved to Corcoran, situated about halfway between Bakersville and Sacramento. That's where the former That 70 Show star is expected to serve the bulk of his 30-year sentence. He got 30 years to life for these charges. Now, prison records show that he will first be eligible for parole in 2042. Okay, when the 47-year-old Masterson, the father of a preteen girl with Bajal Phillips, will be 66 years old. He just threw his life away being nefarious. Masterson's latest move was first reported by blogger Jeffrey Augustine, who adds that Masterson will be housed in the prison level 4 maximum security housing unit. Now, the highest level of security available. I wonder why they're putting him in maximum security and level 4 at that. Besides Manson, notable former inmates of Corcoran Prison include Bobby Kennedy's assassin, Sirhan Sirhan. It was built in 1988 and known colloquially as Corcoran State Prison. The facility houses some of the state's most dangerous convicts and has a large population of level 4 inmates, those requiring the highest degree of protection or supervision. If Masterson struggles in the prison's level 4 general population, Corcoran has a small wing called the Protective Housing Unit for inmates in danger of being harmed. That wing was where Masterson was kept from 1989. Where Manson was kept from 1989 until he was moved to another prison nearly a decade later after he was caught trafficking drugs. Charles Manson was a whole mess. Charles Manson would have gotten the death penalty. In fact, he did have the death penalty until they abolished it in California. Mr. Mystical Black Ram said, "Who the pluck is he but a graper?" Right. It's all crazy. It's all real crazy. He used to be an actor. And look at him now. What a wicked fall from grace. He should be ashamed of himself, honey, but he probably isn't. Probably just upset that he's in prison and can no longer carry out the nefarious and heinous acts that he was once doing. Oh, so crazy. So now let's talk about these black Trump supporters who got kicked out of an online MAGA chat. Yeah, in a Twitter space, apparently. Let's get into it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're just introducing ourselves. The MAGA people got to stick together. It's one country, one flag. So that's
No. Don't talk about MAGA people, but
the American
that was
people.
a
The American people. But
hold on. Listen, Tropic, you are my co-speaker. You can say whatever you want, but don't you ever tell me like I am. I am like, I'm Chase, right?
Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true? Hashtag black and
Black Chicago for Trump.
Miss
That's
Trav.
what it says. Hashtag Black
Yeah.
Chicago for Trump.
So who's Tropic? Do you know Tropic?
Tropic?
Yeah.
I'm new to this whole Twitter space.
What brought you into space?
I told you I saw my friend was in here and it showed up at the top of my screen.
So who's your friend?
Miss Trevian.
Who's your friend?
Miss Trevian.
Okay. So Miss Trevian, what brought her in here?
You gotta ask her.
You?
Mr. Tropic sent me a DM and said that he was going to be in a space.
Mr. Tropic, I say next time, don't ever bring these people in here.
Oh.
I don't want to talk to them.
Chase.
Chase.
Radio show. I don't have to be in here with you. I was just trying to
But no. So
listen,
pay attention to
Tropic.
this.
I don't
pay attention to this because this is so unnecessary.
Let Mr.
And
Tropic.
he will actually regret this situation. Thank you for having us.
Listen, slow it down.
Goodbye. We don't have to be here with you.
Goodbye.
I have a national radio show.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your room. Thank you, Tropic, for following.
Goodbye.
I find it all so nefarious. All so nefarious. What do you all have to say about it, honey, at the end of the day? I mean, this is when raccooning and buffooning goes wrong. Please pay attention. I find it all so interesting. They got kicked right out. Let them know they clearly weren't welcome. And then said, these people, don't you ever invite these people. Okay, Busy Diva said, looks like some people are getting their ninja wake-up call. Exactly. Queen Sam said the new Diamond and Silk. Exactly. Are they auditioning, you know? Okay. Vino X says, that's what they get. These people ain't thinking about them. Exactly, as they let it be known. Honey, he told them that you ever. Don't you ever. Princess Negra said real ones don't support either party. Exactly. I agree, because first of all, neither party is for us. And they're both the same party. They just, well, here's what I'll say. They're different parties, but they both have the same agenda. They just have different ways of going about it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, Timber Dan said, I'm sorry, how are Black folks still supporting Trump or Biden? A very good question. Okay. That Crazy Beach Era says, yes, I agree. Mr. Mystical Black Ram says, yes, I agree. They got that wake-up call and disconnected. Next caller. Right. That Crazy Beach Era says, we real ones here. Exactly. Honey, this is all crazy. This is all crazy. Brio Knox says, I don't support Trump nor Biden. Proud non-voter here. I'm not voting either. They convinced me with it. Okay. Felicia said no voting for her. Okay, because here's the thing. Nobody's done anything for us. They use a perpetual system of benign neglect, and all they do is pander to us when it's election time. Now, remember, I just reported to you days ago that Sloppy Joe Jim Crow Biden was at a Baptist church. When has he been to a Baptist church last? I have questions. Now, he went there clearly because it's time for the elections to come up soon. Okay, that's all that is, pandering. And I don't know why some of our people continue to be these idiots and just allow them to do so. Just make fools of them, because that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing at the end of the day. Make it all make sense. Okay? Miss Eby said, I'm not voting for no geriatric racist politicians. I don't blame you. Okay, so now let's talk about Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model who took the life of her boyfriend, Christian Abomsale. At the end of the day, I reported to you all on the other channel, I think it was yesterday, about how, her parents were charged. They were hiding evidence, okay? They basically tampered with evidence when they got Christian's laptop that was given to them by Courtney, and she gave them the password. But now there's more charges for Courtney. And so let's get into it. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. There is a new twist to the story of Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model accused of taking the life of her boyfriend, Christian Abumsale. Her parents have not only been charged, but now she herself is facing new charges. Let's get into it. Kim and Deborah Clenny are charged with tampering with evidence after they took Christian Abumsale's laptop and went through it. Now, the police obtained warrants for their iCloud accounts, which also contained information about them speaking with their attorneys about accessing the laptop. The attorneys told them not to go through it. They basically did anyway. And then the father, Kim, well, he clearly lied, saying that he guessed the passcode. I'm sure Courtney gave it to him. Please pay attention. They knowingly accessed unauthorized evidence. My question is, how did the police forget or overlook this laptop when they were collecting their evidence? I have several questions. Kim Clenny, who's Courtney's father, said that he barely opened the laptop and was just starting to poke around when they started a video call. So then he stopped. Please make that all make sense. How do you barely open it, but then you were poking around? Okay, he had it completely open, and he was definitely poking around, trying to find if there was anything to incriminate his daughter further in the death of Christian Abumsale. That's exactly what happened. The Clenny's attorneys say that this is just trumped up charges, basically to try and discredit them in the media. They say it appears excessive in that the family is now confined to jail awaiting an extradition hearing, and that this is what attempts to be manipulation tactics for media headlines to discredit them before Thursday's scheduled hearing on a gag order in the case. Please pay attention. They're grasping at straws. This is no attempt to discredit them. They broke the law, and jail is absolutely where they need to be. Please pay attention. Now, on April the 3rd of 2022, Courtney Clenny took a sharp blade and plunged it 3 inches deep into Christian Abumsale's chest, piercing his subclavian artery, which resulted in him losing his life. And then on the 911 call, it seemed to me that she was just basically stalling, acting as though she didn't know her own address and all of that, and just ranting and acting so frantic, but not giving the dispatcher the details needed to hurry and send the rescue.
Hey, ma'am, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
You're gonna die. I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am, my boyfriend is dying of a stabbing.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What time? What's the address?
3131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave.
We're supposed to believe that this grown woman didn't know her address, and she had to ask Christian as he lay there dying, barely clinging to life. Now, on April the 3rd, that day, Christian left the home at 1:15 p.m. to go and get food. He returned approximately 4:32 p.m. She was obviously upset because he'd been gone so long, I don't know. But that's when the police believe the argument ensued and he was attacked, because there was a 13-minute window from the time he arrived home until the 911 call was made at approximately 4:57 p.m. Also, Courtney's mother said that she heard her daughter arguing with Christian and telling him that he was lying while she was on the phone with her. This is all so crazy, but now she has new charges pending. Please pay attention.
Discovery, and the other involves a petition for order to show cause, as well as several replies back and forth.
And Your Honor, just for some housekeeping issues, if Your Honor wouldn't mind.
Sure.
At this time, in case F2214137, the state is filing an amended information. The defendant is still charged with second-degree murder with a weapon. We're adding another count of interception of wire, oral, or electronic communications, a third-degree felony.
Can we see it? We've never
been notified of it. We've never seen it, which seems to be typical these days.
All right, no, we're not going to have any of that here. If we're going to do any of the inappropriate comments or grandstanding, we're going to hold off on the hearing today.
And of course, Courtney wants us all to think that she's the victim and that she did this all in self-defense, when in fact there's a history of her attacking Christian, and there's elevator footage of her also attacking him. And not to mention neighbors complaining, and they were on the verge of being evicted from their residence right before all of this happened. And another thing is, I find it very interesting that she petitioned the court to keep some of the evidence from becoming public. She wanted to limit what the public would be able to see. But of course, her request was denied, and thankfully so. I hope Courtney Clenny gets exactly what she deserves. Please pay attention. Okay, so also crazy. She got new charges. Michael M said she sounded so fake. Right, exactly. And she really didn't want to give them the address. To me, it seems like she was stalling. Like, girl, you know your address. And she's sitting there asking a dying man. Like, oh, so crazy, honey. But I want you all to pay attention. Baby boy said she was letting him die. Exactly. But here's the thing. She stabbed him before. Did you all know that? Yeah, I just found out that she stabbed him another time. So let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to play the audio and I'm going to put an overlay on the screen because there's a report. And I want you all to pay attention because what happened? You using the computer mic, Queen. You're asking? No, I'm not. So anyway, here's the thing. She basically stabbed him another time previously before this. And I don't know why he was still with her. That's all crazy. But in this report, I want you all to hear how the news reporter is trying to make excuses, basically acting like she had to protect herself from Christian because Christian was stalking her and didn't live at the address. I'm sorry, he lived there too. I just want you all to pay attention, okay? Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
And we're going to show them.
Hold on, beloved. Sorry, I was trying to cue the video. Okay, so now listen. Okay, hold on, beloveds. Listen, I was trying to cue the video. That's why there was no sound. But here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention. When this guy is talking, he's trying to blame Christian for one, but for two, there is a part where they have someone reenacting or reading the text messages. Okay, there was text messages from Christian to Courtney basically saying that she stabbed him before. Now, they have two different people. This isn't Christian or Courtney that you're going to hear, but these are two actors, I would imagine. They're reading the text messages as if they're them, okay? Just a reenactment, okay? So just to let you know that. Hold on just a second.
This is Courtney Clenny abusing Christian Obenseli, who she eventually stabbed to death in his chest. I spoke with her lawyer and said, well, he's like not supposed to be going in that elevator to the apartment. She was trying to go to the apartment and he's like stalking and following her and won't leave the apartment that she pays for. So what's the truth? Well, it'll be battled out in court, but she's charged with murder. He won't be there to tell his story. But I think his story might be told because she stabbed him to death as claiming self-defense. But it wasn't the first time that Courtney stabbed Christian. There was another time, and there was some text message
Hold on, my mistake. I accidentally clicked off of it. Hold on just a second.
Helped you shoot. Drink time that Courtney had, and we're going to show them and play them for you because we had folks from the show read those text messages. Let's take a look and a listen.
The crazy thing about all of this is that yesterday, when you stabbed me in the leg and you saw how bad it was hurting me and I couldn't walk, I couldn't do and you were telling me I wish I could have taken your pain away. I wish it was me and not you. The next morning, I still woke up happy. I still gave you a good day, even though my leg was hurting because my girlfriend stabbed me. So you're telling me you can't do the same thing the next day and say, whatever happened last night, today's a new day. Because that's what I do for you. I woke up happy. I took you to Vegas to get your drove right back. Helped you shoot. Drank with you. Did blow with you. Just so you're having a great day. And I'm doing all of this while my leg hurts so bad. Did I make you feel like for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hope tomorrow will be better.
If you decide to get security, call. I will tell them exactly what happened.
Hey, I'm sorry. If it's okay, can I come up? I know you said 5 minutes, but I've been in the restroom, my nose is bleeding, and the back of my head hurts. Like really hurts. I don't know if it was your hand or the phone, but I'm really dizzy.
I'm putting your stuff up. You can come get it when I say you can. Go to first aid.
They had to take me somewhere. My shirt was off walking through the casino so I wouldn't get blood on it. Can you open the door, please? And you were pounding the phone on my head when I was done. It's okay, but can you let me in? I don't feel good, please. Courtney, can you open the door? I don't feel good and there's a bump on the back of my head. Can you just let me in? I'll be on the couch while you're in the bed. I don't want my nose to bleed, and going back and forth downstairs to the restroom is making me nauseous. I'm getting anxiety, and you know how I get. Can you please let me in and help me, please? We don't need to say a word. I haven't ate and running on 2 hours of sleep and drugs. Please open the door. Courtney, I don't feel good. Open the door for real. This isn't cool. I have a lump on the back of my head, and I'm dizzy and anxious, and I can't keep walking up and down when my leg hurts. Come on. Courtney, can you come get me? I'm not feeling too hot, and I need to lay down with this ice pack. I can't see straight. I've been sitting in the restroom for an hour. Courtney, this is up. I have a lump on my head, and I'm bleeding, and have anxiety. Can you answer your phone? Courtney, can you let me in? You hit me in the face with the phone, then continue to hit the back of my head with the phone. Now I have a lump. I'm bleeding, throwing up, think I got a mild concussion, and have anxiety. I slept in the restroom for 2 hours, and I'm just beyond words. All I hope for is a better tomorrow. Can you let me in or not? I apologize before you say you were kicking me out, and you spit on me. No matter how mad and tough gets, you don't treat the one that you love that way. State fairs tomorrow. Be ready.
Well, I'm sorry, Christian. I hope you're okay. I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and the back of your head and spitting on you. Is it right? No. You just pissed me the off, but I still love you. I don't know about the fair anymore. Maybe I'll have a change of heart after some rest. The latch will be off. I'm going to bed. Don't say anything until the morning. We can talk then. I just read these texts, and I'm truly very sorry for responding like that while you were in pain. I should have let you in clearly. I didn't realize you might have a mild concussion. I should have just come back with the medicine. I love you. I'll be back soon.
Wow. All right. Will the jury see any of that? Should the jury see any of that? Let's bring back in our think tank. Daryl Cohen.
Make sure she doesn't love me. I want her to hate me. Keep me at arm's length.
There's a lot of stuff like this. There was another incident in Vegas. Will the jury, should the jury hear this in this murder trial?
YES exclamation point times 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be litigated. And
of course it'll be litigated because the prosecution wants it and they want to keep it out.
Yeah,
but should the jury hear that? Can he get a fair trial if the jury hears about all of her prior alleged abuse?
Well, I mean, I think actually those text messages cut both ways, right?
Okay.
I mean, I think that.
Explain to me. He's got stabbed in the leg.
She's an expert
and
at gaslighting.
Phone in his head. He's got a lump and a concussion, and he's bleeding.
It's only a mild concussion.
I think that one thing with this relationship that we've seen in all of the prior instances is that they never separate. They never just leave each other be. They continue to go back to each other, right? And so if the defense is saying,
victims of abuse go back to their abuser.
Right. So who's going back to who?
Let it be. Who's going back to who? I think the guy with the lump. The guy who was beat up in the elevator, the guy who got stabbed in the leg.
All right,
goes back to her.
So let's ask you, when's it his fault for going back?
Because he had no other place to go.
Well, no, but seriously.
No, you're right. He shouldn't have gone back.
He shouldn't have
Having
gone
said
back.
that, stabbed. She actually was exercising her hand, learning how to stab even better and better. Once he gets stabbed the first time, get out of there. But he had too much. Can't blame the victim. I can't blame the victim of domestic violence. Are we, Daryl? We're not doing that. I mean, I get it that you wish that he would have gotten out there. I wish his family would have known about this level of abuse. Maybe they could have talked them out of going back. But do we think? I mean, if the jury hears that stuff, I see her self-defense goes away. It's called self-offense.
No, I think that the jury is also going to hear about her attempt to get a restraining order and how he would keep coming back no matter what. And that plays directly into self-defense in a case like this.
You don't need to prevail on self-defense to prevail in a trial. As long as it's too muddy for the jury to really know or believe anything.
I'm looking for one instance where she has like one instance where she is the victim of him. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard it yet. Exactly. Where is the bruise? Where is the cut? Where is the contusion? Oh, they're all on him. Well, and he is bigger and allegedly stronger, but she's got a right arm.
They know the dynamics of a man and a woman that look and act like they do. It is never going to go well with him when it comes to the court of public opinion and law enforcement. If she says one thing,
there she is. She's talking to him right now.
It's absolutely confirmation bias from law enforcement. If they were to approach this and see a large African-American man talking to a little petite lady, he's going to be the violent one 9 times out of 10.
We're keeping an eye on it, folks. We're big hearing.
All right, you all heard it. Okay, so you all heard that. At the end of the day, listen, she could say self-defense all day long, but it wasn't self-defense. She was the perpetrator. She was the aggressor. She was hostile. She had a history of violence against him. Okay, she stabbed him before, prior to him losing his life. Now, here's what's going to happen. Her defense team, they're going to argue not for that to be allowed in court. They're going to argue for those messages to not be allowed in court, for the fact that she previously stabbed him to not be allowed in court, because they're going to say that will prejudice the jury. That's what they're going to argue. They're going to say that will prejudice the jury and she won't be able to get a fair trial. That's what they're going to say. I just want you all to pay attention. Yes, he was her lap dog. Okay, Queen Sam says their friends say she was the aggressor. Everybody said she was the aggressor. And not to mention, someone asked, I think it was someone named Trisha, said that if it was her apartment and she was paying the rent, why were they being evicted? Well, beloved, guess what? They were being evicted because of all the violence. Because the neighbors were able to hear them arguing, things falling over, and the neighbors were complaining. And that's why they were being evicted. But that wasn't just her apartment. He lived there too. He lived there too and paid the bills. So I don't know why that guy said that was her apartment and he didn't want to leave. No, that's his apartment too. But he's just crazy. He was crazy to me because after she put hands on him the first time, he should have left her alone. He should have left her alone. When people put hands on you, do you think that's going to stop? No, it's going to become a habit. The first time someone puts their hands on you and they get away with it, they're going to do it again. 9 times out of 10. And so that's definitely always a red flag. And then not to mention, she literally stabbed him before and he stayed with her. And then pay attention. He's sitting there saying the fair is tomorrow. Be ready. You're still taking her somewhere? This is all crazy, honey. I can't make it make sense. I can't make it make sense. Now, let's talk about Jacquees. Jacquees supposedly got into a fight with Trey Songz, honey. Right, and it looks like Jacquees got the short end of the stick. Please pay attention.
I ain't even gonna cap. I want the world to know this bitch Trey Songz is a bitch. Period. This nigga's a bitch, bro. This nigga came in the club talking about rape. Fuck you talking about rape for a bitch ass nigga? Then you come outside the club and swing on your little brother. You's a bitch. Chris Brown the GOAT. You's a bitch. About a bitch. That ain't even my bitch. You talking about bitches that's with these niggas? The workers? You talking about people that came with these niggas? Hey man, fuck ass nigga. You a rapist, bitch. And I don't give a fuck if you tell anybody anything about what we text you. Put the message on there, bro. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. You can never come around me. Fuck you, nigga.
All right. Well, he's clearly pressed, and he told him. They say he told Trey Songz not to come back to Atlanta. Not to come back to Atlanta. Now, here's the thing. Trey Songz is absolutely nefarious. He's absolutely nefarious. Remember what Keke Palmer said about him? Remember how Keke Palmer said she had to hide in the closets at his party? I'm just saying. I think Trey Songz has some demons that he's battling. That's my opinion. But here's the thing. He supposedly yanked the locks right out of Jacquees' head, honey. Pay attention. I have the receipts right here. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Locks snatched out. There they go. Lying on the floor. Yeah. Clearly crazy. Clearly crazy. Okay. Amir said these little MFs are cuckoo. Not little MFs. Wayne's World said that's not cool. Sure isn't. Latrice said, why was he in the club talking about grape? I don't even know. Because he's been accused of it. Maybe that's why, honey. I have no idea. It's all nefarious. But so they were allegedly arguing over a female. Well, so was Joe Budden and Ish on the podcast, and Joe went off. So let me share my screen so you all can see this, honey, because this is all nefarious.
Shut the fuck up in 2024. You sound dumb. You not just believe in your friend. And why do you keep? Why is it a repeated issue that you believe women?
Can you see his
when
point
your
of not
friend is
believing
telling
the
you
girl?
something?
You
keep doing that. Stop.
Yo, did the girl say he tried to fuck her or something?
Yes. That's why he's sitting there acting light skinned.
Bro.
The fuck are we talking about?
You keep screaming and
light skinned bullshit.
And stop. So hold up. Wait. Now I gotta wait. Let me ask you one question.
You're about to piss me off and I'm gonna start screaming back at you.
Wait, can I ask a question real quick?
This is about you always saying you not coming behind us when we fuck with a bitch. You knew I fuck with the bitch. You met the bitch through me and you came behind her. You should have never kissed her if that's your instance.
You keep ignoring me saying
y'all niggas sitting here acting like I'm crazy. This nigga be fucking lying.
Ish, I don't know this girl from you.
You do. You met her through me. You get the
I
convenient amnesia. So any bitch I fuck behind you, I don't know neither. I meet him through you.
No, Ish, that's your bag.
See how easy that be?
You like fucking
You see
behind
how easy
niggas.
that be?
You like fucking behind
though.
niggas.
I don't. I like women.
I don't even ask niggas.
I like women.
Yo, you fuck?
So what?
I don't do none of that. That's your bag. Stop trying to put me in your bag.
You do
I'm not in your bag. I didn't try to fuck your little mutt from the streets. I had a kiss, and you emotional about it.
I'm not.
Like you keep being emotional when we have internet on a girl.
No, it's not about the girl. It's about you lying.
Then why don't you believe your friend?
Because you fucking lying. You've admitted this to me before. You changing your story for the pod.
I rest my case.
You changing your story to look innocent for the pod. Nigga, we've had this conversation about this bitch before.
I rest my case.
JBP, where would you be without the JBP?
This is horrible podding. I don't even talk about this shit on the pod.
I rest my case. I totally rest my case. I don't even have these talks. I don't even have these type of talks with nobody but him.
Bro, you brought this shit up, bro.
Yes.
So stop saying I don't have these talks and you bringing it up.
It's funny to me until I know that you have true emotions behind this. You just screamed to the top of your lungs.
And you didn't.
You didn't let me finish.
Nigga, you screaming off mic.
You're still not letting me finish.
You were screaming off mic, beating the tables and all that dumb shit. Then you try to make me look emotional for the pod. Bro, stop.
I'm not done with my sentence.
Yo, stop.
You screaming to the top of your lungs that I shouldn't have kissed the girl. And you're trying to say that you don't have emotions behind it.
Do I give a fuck about that girl?
Then why'd you just say it?
I'm asking you a question.
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't know.
Now this is where you get goofy. Nigga, you've known me for a long enough time to know I don't give a fuck about that girl.
I don't know who niggas give a fuck.
You do know. Now you love
I would hope that you don't.
I'm asking Joseph Anthony Budden Jr., does Antoine Murray give a fuck about that girl?
I said I don't know.
No,
I'm saying no.
You know I don't give a fuck about that girl.
I know.
He's lying.
I'm just...
He's lying. In these conversations, I want everybody to know on the world, these conversations don't be about a girl.
It's the principle.
It don't be about a girl. It's be about a nigga saying that they don't do something or they do something and not standing on what they say they do or don't do. That's what these conversations.
Because the woman he's talking about is from the sewer like Das Effects. I do not know her from you, nigga. I don't know her from you. I'm sorry. Other niggas had your bitch outside.
It wasn't my bitch.
Then shut the fuck up in 2020.
No, you sound dumb. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. It's not my bitch. You sound dumb, my nigga. All this performative shit you doing, it sounds stupid. My nigga, like, again, we talk about what we would and won't do.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
And then when niggas contradict themselves, what they do is move the goalposts to justify them saying I would or wouldn't do something.
No, you moving it because you're emotional.
I'm not.
I think you are. I'm entitled to my opinion. I think you're emotional. You sweating, your face is red. I think you're emotional
sweating at
about
all.
this bitch. It don't matter. That's what I think.
You just do something. So you're not emotional? You've been beating shit off mic, so that's not performative for the pod. You smacking and fucking about to break the marble. Who's emotional here?
People that I love.
Who's emotional? No. Who's emotional here?
Oh, we are.
Okay, so with that all being said, I have now said, listen, these fools are insane. Okay, both of them are emotional. Now, if the guy says Ish is saying that he doesn't care about the girl, why are you even bothering to ask him the question? Why are you getting upset? And Joe is clearly going ballistic. He's huffing and puffing and screaming. Jeez, I know, right? He's talking about lying, period. Right, I get it. He said that Joe Budden was lying because he previously admitted something different to him. Now he's on the podcast and he's changing his story. This is all nefarious. He looked like he was about to have a heart attack, says Latrice. Coco said, I would not be able to talk to him. Honey, I couldn't talk to either one of them. They both look like two fools to me. They both look like two fools to me. Okay, neither one of them kept their composure. Miss Eve said that fool is unhinged. So my thing is, what do you all think in the chat? Do you all think that if your friend, I'm asking the men specifically, do you all think that if your friend has messed around with a woman, that you should find them off limits, that you should not deal with them? Once in the chat, I have questions. Because apparently that's also what Jacquees and Trey Songz were arguing about, some chick. Okay, Juju said, I thought he was finna swing off. Princess Nera said, I think Joe lying. No, he probably is. He probably is. Timber Dan said, it depends. Everybody's putting ones. Okay. Juju said, honestly wouldn't care. All right. So with that all being said, and I just think here's the thing. Now he's going off on Joe, but if you don't care about the girl, I can understand if he's just talking about lying, period. But how did this even become a topic of discussion if he didn't care about the girl, like he claims? He clearly felt some type of way. That's all I'm saying. Y'all convince me with it. I think he clearly felt some type of way, and that's why he was questioning him about it in the first place. And Joe likely was lying, but nonetheless, he clearly was pressed. He clearly was pressed. Myth King the Dean said, no, secondhand for me, okay? No second hand for me. Exactly. I don't blame you, honey. This is all nefarious. Timber Dan said, the thing is, if you're no longer with a person, why would you care? LOL. Well, I guess because that's his friend. That's his friend. Because in my opinion, if someone dated your friend, even if they're no longer with them, you should not date them or even be interested in them or doing anything inappropriate with them, even a kiss. Joe tried to downplay it and say it was a kiss. Why are you kissing some woman that he used to mess with if that's your friend? That's just tacky to me. But at the end of the day, the girl is tacky. The woman's tacky because why is she doing it? I don't know, honey. It's the thought culture as far as I'm concerned. It's the thought culture. Danielle said exactly, Queen. Okay. Scoop said, I stay single for a reason. You stay single, beloved. Okay. Bithia said territory. That's what. I mean, to me, it's just common courtesy. I would not want to date or even be remotely interested in anybody that one of my friends dated. Who does that? That's just not my thing to do. I'm saying there should be some kind of bro code and girl code. That's all I'm saying. And Amir said people in little towns do that pass around ish. Right. Mr. Mystical Black Ram said, yes, the thought culture. Exactly. G Matic said, we excuse the women always. We know y'all hoes. Some are hoes. Exactly. I agree. And they shouldn't be excused because he should have just as much disdain or angst for the female as he does for Joe. Danielle said it's about loyalty. Exactly. Baby boy said she don't belong to either one of them. No, she clearly belongs to the streets. Women who sleep or mess around with friends, they're just no good. Please pay attention. Okay? Please pay attention. All right. Trisha said that's nasty to me. Yeah, it is nasty as far as I'm concerned, but that's my opinion. Anyway, I digress. And so with that all being said, everyone please get those likes up. Please get the likes up. Thank you in advance. All right. I'm about to close out this broadcast. I think that's all I have for you guys. Oh, one more thing. So the guy that sang that song, Swag Surfing, you all remember him? He said that because Taylor Swift, I guess she did a dance to it at the game, and now he said their streams have gone up. So is this what Shannon Sharp was talking about when he was saying that she's bigger than Beyonce or better than Beyonce at moving the needle? I don't know. But here
my initial reaction to Taylor Swag Surfing was I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I automatically knew it was gonna be a good look just because of who she is, you know what I'm saying, what she got going on. Our streams across all platforms is up 700%. Our YouTube numbers done went up. We done gained 20,000 subscribers in like 2 weeks, man. So everything is up. It's just been a dope thing to watch everything unfold so quickly like that. You know what I'm saying? I know we saw a jump when other viral moments happen, but this is probably the biggest jump like in the viral moment. Shout out to those Swifties.
Yeah, that Swift Surf.
I'm telling you, the Swift and Surf, she got a rap though.
Okay, so clearly they've gotten their streams going up. Okay. I don't fool with Taylor Swift, so at the end of the day, Dead Crazy Beach Air said, who's a Swiftie? Scoop said, and we finna beat the brakes off her man's team. Okay. Amir said, we gotta come with the Silver Surf. So anyway, honey, what do you all think about it? What do you all think about it? I mean, I could see him being grateful and thankful to Taylor. I don't fool with Taylor. I don't listen to her music, so. Leecher said, I don't know any Taylor Swift songs. I don't either. But here's the thing, though. Shannon Sharp still was out of pocket when he compared her to Michael Jackson, saying she's the closest thing to Michael Jackson. No, she isn't. She's nowhere in Michael Jackson's league. That's a fact. Okay, that's just the facts. All right. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to tune in to the spiritual channel, Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye, because I'm actually going to be doing a broadcast on there at about 2:15, between 2 and 2:15, and we're going to have the trivia today for the previous broadcast earlier this week. With that all being said, enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Enjoy your strong end, not the weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got